Doing it live.
I don't even see this coming up on like my feed. Like no
Oh
wonder
no.
no wonder people don't watch these streams anymore is because like YouTube never tells them that they're happening.
Did you throw it into the Discord?
I did. All
All
right. Yep,
right.
it's live now.
Oh
Here we
yeah.
go.
I'm excited.
I'm
Being
excited too.
live is being live is way better than being dead.
So I've been told.
I mean, it hasn't really been that long, but it feels like a long time, doesn't it?
The episode the last episode we released
Yeah,
was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but we recorded it in like the beginning of September.
that's true.
So
That's true.
it's been like 5 or 6 weeks.
Okay.
Six,
Okay.
6 or 7. I can't
Something
math right
like
now.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, great to see you. Great to see you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start with the intro. If I find the
Okay.
right one. Here it goes.
Okay.
David the Gnome. That was one
Oh,
thing.
that's what that is. Okay.
No, that's not what that is.
Man, David the Gnome. No, no, no. We need to talk about this for a
Do
moment.
we? Okay, yeah.
Then you watched on Nickelodeon. Was that anime? Or was that like Scandinavian animation or something like that? Like I don't remember it enough, but like a lot of the things that I used to watch on Nickelodeon as a kid turned out to be anime. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like The Little Prince, anime. That was
Right.
anime. The Noozles, anime. The Little Koala, anime.
The World of David the Gnome
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
Spanish animated television series.
All right, all right. Well, yeah,
Spartacus and the Sun Beneath the Sea
yeah.
was French. And then
Okay,
isn't like the Smurfs Danish or something?
something like that. What about the Seven Cities of Gold? Do you remember that
Uh,
one?
Sort of.
Had the best opening ever. And they're looking for El Dorado and the Seven Cities of Gold. Someday we will find the cities of gold. No, no. Oh dear.
I'm sorry. No, I'm looking. Sorry. The disambiguation
Yeah,
page. There's a book.
yeah.
There's a Rush album, or sorry, track on the Rush album.
Okay.
Seven Cities of Gold film, 1955, 1984
No,
video game.
no.
Otherwise, it's a book. How is the TV show not notable enough to have a Wikipedia entry?
That makes me really mad.
That's
Oh, Mysterious Cities of Gold. Search for
the
Mysterious Cities of Gold.
mysterious cities. That makes seven. That makes
Yes,
more sense.
yes, yes.
Which podcast is this anyway?
Oh, this is the video game one. Whoops. Was there a video game adaptation? Quick, find one. Okay.
Ah, originally released in Japan as Esteban, Child of the Sun,
There we go. There we go.
but it doesn't say these are not well. Bernard Desries, yeah, written
Yep.
by. Otherwise, it's Japanese. Yeah, and NHK was the original network.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
but it's also in France, so maybe it was like a collab. Oh
Ooh.
no, my kids,
Yeah.
you know, have been learning about history and stuff. And the only thing that I can
Yep.
think of when I hear about um, Isabel and Ferdinand,
Yep.
the Queen and King of Spain, is that their daughter was Catherine of Aragon,
Yep.
and Henry VIII's first wife. So
There you go. There you go.
yeah,
Anyway, we might be getting a little off track. So
already.
Okay, let's pretend this is a video game podcast for a moment.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's pretend we're talking
Okay.
about video games. I
Okay,
hear.
I've got it.
Hey,
Oh, no, that's a bad example. Okay. Okay. Anyway.
good enough. Hey, Vinnk, I hear that there's a movie coming out starring a certain Italian plumber.
Oh, it's great. Here, hold on. I do a really
Yeah.
good impersonation of it. Here we go.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me, Mario. Pretty good, huh?
Spit take. It's not that bad, is it? I mean, I watched that trailer too, and it's not that bad. I think everyone's.
I don't okay, listen. I lived through the first Mario Brothers movie, and I turned out okay. So yeah, everybody's losing it. Now, would I have preferred a movie with the voice of Mario, that I grew up with? Captain Lou, what was
Right,
his name?
Lou,
Oh my goodness.
is it Lou Albino? Lou
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Albano. That was close. So he's dead. Bob Hoskins is dead.
I can never pronounce it right. But no, like we've had all kinds of Marios,
Right. Are we out of sync? We lost Vinnk. Are you back?
I feel back. Do I look back?
Yes.
Okay. Then let's say I'm back. I can hear you fine.
Let's start over with. So right. We mentioned Lou Albano, and then
Yeah,
I was saying.
There we go.
I was saying, well, Lou Albano's dead. Bob Hoskins is dead.
Yeah.
Charles Martinet is not dead.
Yep, that's right. And that's the thing. Like that's the voice that a lot of people are thinking would be great for an animated Mario, because he's been, in the commercials, he's been the voice of Mario in the games. So much so that I think if anybody, wants to do the Mario voice, you're going to be doing the "It's a me, Mario." That's just what everybody, thinks of. But do we really want that voice for 2 hours?
I don't think so.
I mean, it's even in the games, there's not been a really fully voiced Mario game. Well, Sunshine, I guess, but even then, that's just limited to the cutscenes.
There's just other people talking to Mario also.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I don't think it's going to be terrible. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right.
It definitely seems to be kind of a low effort voice acting, but we've only heard like a couple of lines,
The worst and maybe best thing I can say about it is that it sounds like Chris Pratt doing an Italian, vaguely Italian voice, but you can tell it's Chris Pratt doing it. But
yeah. Hey, again, I'm jumping here. Okay.
Yeah. Yo, Koopa, how you like them apples? That's Boston.
Oh man.
Close enough.
It's like, I don't know. Like, but the thing is, I feel like, we haven't heard all the other voices yet, obviously, but Jack Black, he nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
That's Bowser. Since Dennis Hopper passed away, they couldn't get him. Oh my God, Dennis Hopper was Bowser. I'm still like, oh, it's just sad. It's just that.
He was President Koopa, to be specific. He wasn't Bowser.
Yeah. I still can't believe the first Super Mario Brothers movie got made. Like,
right.
one of some of my students recently were talking about the trailer for the Mario movie because it's a thing even here in Japan, and and they went in and they were like, oh man, they're finally making a Mario movie, and I'm like, they've yeah, second Mario movie, and they're like, what?
What?
And I'm like, oh yeah, there was a Mario movie.
Oh, you sweet summer child. Yeah.
Yep. And so I looked up the trailer. And it's my first time watching any media from it for a long time. A long time. I think I watched it on Laserdisc like 10 years ago.
Sure.
But I watched it and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, how did anybody think this was a good idea? Like like okay,
I remember.
Mario, that whimsical, colorful world. Let's make it all dark and gritty and like. Can, has anyone seen Blade Runner? Can we make it like Blade Runner, but like way cheaper? Mario jumps a lot. Let's give him rocket boots. Okay, sorry.
My biggest gripe is that how did they get Goombas completely backwards? They have huge bodies and little tiny heads.
I'm gonna give a pass on that because that was great. Oh my goodness! I mean, there was a song. There was a song by Roxette in there, like Almost Unreal was, and then they had Do the Dinosaur. Open the door, get on the like. Bob Hopkins is like, I mean, he did Roger Rabbit, yes, he did.
Yeah.
And but that was out of character for his normal roles. I mean, like he's a fairly serious actor. But even then, that role, he kind of played, other than the part where he's in Toontown where he goes all goofy.
Yeah.
He played it totally straight, and that's why it's so funny. That's why it's so funny.
Right.
But like the Mario Brothers movie, they're like, they were all like, we know this is garbage going on around us, but
he did Smee and Hook.
Yes.
Around the same time.
Yes. That's true. That's true.
That's
true. Yeah, so he can't complain too much. He knew what he was in for.
I know.
But it just
go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, Daniel H is saying that he's complaining that studios don't want to hire voice actors anymore.
Oh yeah.
But voice actors don't pull in the big bucks, and I've been to enough conventions now, mostly Transformers ones, involving voice actors who have complained about this to no end. It's like this is their livelihood. Then they get some other, big name to come in and like do a thing. And I gotta say, in the decades since I've heard that complaint, really those big name actors are still actors, and they're still pretty darn good at what they do, even though it's not their bread and butter. So it's like, I can see why you'd feel your turf is being invaded.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, like, there's becoming the line is getting blurred because, like, you take an actor like Jack Black. Let's go for him for an example, and you're like, well, he's not a voice actor, he's a regular actor. But think about it, like he's like, look at his recent output. He is the voice of Kung Fu Panda, so like he's done, a lot of these actors. Any big name Hollywood actor probably has a little bit of voice acting on their resume now because ever since computer animation took off, animation's cheaper to do, and those things are looking for big actors. So like you find there that an actor kind of also is a voice actor, and someone who's just a voice actor is kind of like an actor that has in the Hollywood system less versatility, and that's really unfortunate. But like what's happening now is, like, when you did traditional animation, like Disney up until about Beauty and the Beast didn't really hire they didn't try to get the stars, not even Beauty and the Beast. Maybe Aladdin's the first one. Well, I mean, think about it. About it.
Well,
they didn't.
Yeah. Aladdin would have been so. Beauty and the Beast, or sorry, not Beauty and the Beast. Little Mermaid was 89, I think.
Yeah, but what known actors in Little Mermaid?
Right, not really any, but like I was
Yeah,
just talking about this with my wife recently because
yeah,
we were talking about the Jetsons, and I'm like, do you remember that movie? Just like, what movie? It's like, dude,
yeah.
there was a movie,
That
and
movie was great.
like Tiffany did the voice of Judy, and like
Yep,
she was just Tiffany, right? Like that was their
yep.
stunt casting for the film. Every other original voice actor came back and did their part, but here's the thing: the woman who did Judy still very much alive. Just
Yep.
got
Yep.
replaced.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
That I think that was the last film that had voice acting by Mel Blanc, actually.
I think you're right. Yep, he was because he was definitely in that.
Yeah. Um, Great movie, actually.
Hmm.
I really enjoyed it. But yeah, that was. But yeah, I mean, there is definitely the idea of getting some big names to be voice actors, even in the '80s. But like, if you look at animation on a whole, they had people who were voice actors and they had people who were not. But I think a lot of that changed when a lot of things moved into, especially in video games, moved into motion captured performances.
Ah, yes.
Because
Yep.
now you need more than a microphone. You need someone to go in a suit with the balls on it and move around, and like, so there's a certain physicality that wasn't there previously. And uh and I don't know, I think it's just very unfortunate that yeah, this, because of course we know voice actors, we're friends with some voice actors, and
Right.
they're great at what they do, and it's really sad when yeah, someone jumps in. Video game voice actors as well. You've got, and I don't think we're going to hit on the Bayonetta thing today, because that's,
Yeah.
I
Oh, we're
feel
aware
like
of it.
we're aware of it, but I feel like information is continually coming out on this, and like, it might not be great to have, because by the time this gets edited and put out, the
Right.
situation might be completely different. We're not really a breaking news sort of podcast. We're kind of like a let's digest that thing that happened 20 years ago. That said, let's talk
Yeah.
about a trailer for a movie that's not out yet.
I
Um,
know we're mercurial like that. A little hard to hit. There's not
I
it's like not
Yeah,
even like a it's not even like a I'll say this about it moment I
yeah,
have. I've got nothing for this. Just
yeah, yep, 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 yep. Anyway, back to Mario, which is again also somewhat controversial. I am not worried about the voice actors so much. I think it's going to be
mm,
fine. I think it's going to be fine.
yeah,
There's some big talent there, and almost all of them have done voice work before at some point for something. So I think it'll be okay. There's money behind this. What I'm more worried about is that the voice acting is going to be spot on for a bad movie. Like, okay, the trailer gave me hope.
I
It looks great.
why I mean it's not like the Emoji Movie, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not like it's there's stuff
Okay.
there.
I mean, oh yeah. I guess it kind of depends how you feel about Illumination as a production
Mm,
company. Now, you ask my kids, and that's good stuff. The Minion stuff, that's
yep.
that's 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 good quality entertainment. Sing, they enjoyed Sing
Hmm.
quite a bit. What else do they do? They've done all kinds of stuff. Is is Pets them, or is that DreamWorks, or is that Sony? They all look the same
They
these
do.
days. So
They do. Maybe the
yeah,
subcontract to the same animation companies. Who knows?
but regardless, like, when I heard that it was Illumination, I was just like, oh dear,
Yeah,
is it
Secret Life of
like?
Pets is them. Yep.
Oh, it is, okay,
Yep.
but like,
Boss Baby, etc.
oh yeah, okay, there we go. I feel that those movies are the definition of fine. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I they're movies that I can sit through and enjoy, but that I don't normally feel need a rewatch.
Sure.
But I am not the target audience for this movie.
Mm.
And if I know anything, about how minions exploded worldwide, and especially in Japan. It's a huge thing, that they probably made the right choice for a marketable, movie that's going to, but I just think, like, you know, I kind of wish it that this partnership. Did you play Mario plus Rabbids?
No.
It's good. Like, it's a really good game. Like, it's a really, really good strategy game that would have been better without the Rabbids. No,
Yeah.
I feel like it's a fun gimmick, and I like the Rabbids. I played a lot of those games back in the Wii days. I really enjoyed those. But like their type of humor and Mario, it worked. Oh, it worked way better than I thought. When they first announced it, I'm like, no, 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 kill it with fire. But it turned out it's fine. It's a fine game. But a strategy game with Mario would have probably been it. They are unnecessary for it to be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of how I feel a little about putting Illumination in. But you know what? I had a little bit of hope. Now, is it? Do you think it's a gag that they didn't realize the history of it and they were just trying to make a character yell at another character? Or do you think the gag is really based on the history of Mario the Lost Levels, that when Mario arrives in the Mushroom Kingdom, Toad goes, "Don't touch that mushroom, it'll kill you." Because it's a poison mushroom. It's from Mario 2, had the purple mushrooms but I don't know if that is a callback to that, or if they just wanted a reason for Toad to scream. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Man, I don't know.
Yeah. But like, they're pulling weird lore. Like, the penguin community is like the penguin from what? Mario Kart 64, right? Like,
There were penguins in Mario 64.
sure, but they were never like, it was never like, right? They were more of background characters.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But clearly the place
they-
exists because they've driven their carts through it. So,
Lore established. Okay, that's fine.
so like, okay.
All right.
A little play setting so that we can explain our confusion about this, right?
All right, let's do it.
In the past, we've talked about video game movies, and we've done this podcast for over a decade now. So we should do something else.
Yeah, we should.
Which is actually your idea that I'm introducing.
Thank you. I thought it sounded familiar.
I know, which is video game TV shows.
That's right.
Because back in our day, we had Captain N. We had the Zelda cartoon, which I don't remember at all. There was a Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Yep. There was the Super Mario 3 cartoon, and there was also a Super Mario World cartoon, which had the best opening ever. Super Mario World. Yeah, I loved it. I used to look forward to that one. Now realizing I was 12 or 13, probably. Yeah. I should have not been looking forward to it.
Doing other things with your time. Yeah, okay.
I was in junior high school, like there. Yeah.
Still.
Sean.
Yeah.
I never realized this before, but I might have been a bit of a nerd.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Nah, couldn't be. I hang out with cool people like you. All right.
Oh no. We're in trouble.
Anyway.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of lore in other media for us to draw on.
That's right.
I mean, the whole thing about the Mushroom Kingdom being an alternate universe where the dinosaurs didn't die out didn't
Yeah.
really catch on.
No. No, 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 no.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
lately, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think every iteration of Mario, like the Mario Brothers Super Show, for example, it was partially set in the real world and partially
Mm,
set in, I don't know, like subspace or something. I have no
sure.
idea. Yeah. But like I think what it keeps coming back to is the video games are canon. And that's what
Right.
I'm wondering about with this movie. Like, I also wonder if this is going to lead to fully voiced Mario games.
Oh, do we want that?
I don't know.
I mean, Mario's like a character insert, like a player insert character.
Yeah, right?
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like if they tried to make a Zelda movie, which they did try to make a TV show,
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
bringing that back around,
Yep.
um, like they'd have to give Link a voice instead of yeah skank. Like we
Yeah.
can't have that for 2 hours either, or like
No.
30 minutes or an hour per episode where people just talk at Link and he just like looks dumbfounded the whole time. Like it'd be funny for a while, and I think people have made trailers
Oh
just
yeah.
like that, but
Oh
it's
yeah.
like people aren't gonna like it. People just aren't gonna like it.
No. Unless they found a way to like actually explain that he
Mm.
cannot talk. But but then, like, why? It's a whole different thing then. Yeah.
Well, all right. Can I comparison time?
Do it.
Um, we went through a list of TV shows. One that wasn't on the list that I just remembered,
Yep.
Halo. There is a Paramount Plus Halo series that aired this
Wow.
this last year. And maybe this is good fodder for our other podcast.
You know.
And I don't want to like
Yeah.
go into it too much here,
Yeah.
but this is a universe that has books and lore and stuff within the video games, but you spend most of
Sure.
your time shooting things, like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
there's not a lot going on, and there are some story moments, but
Yeah.
I'm I'm sure the cutscenes of any of the original Halo games could have totaled maybe 30 minutes tops, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's
Like you
just it's
can't
just
make a whole series on that.
it's just a thing to get to break up the things getting blowed up. Yeah.
Sure, sure. So the Halo TV show
Yeah.
spends a lot of time delving into Master Chief's psyche and his past and
Yep.
his emotional state, things you don't care about in the video game because you're just trying to blow up the Covenant. Like you have allegedly good reasons to do so, but like that's the focus of the game. And the first episode, very much that. The last episode, very much that. But there were like 8 or so in between where they had to have a story, and
Yep.
people got upset.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So what do you do in that case? Like I think they did what they could have. I'm not sure what else they could have done. It was certainly weird. They had to invent other characters to help flesh out the universe, and in fact, you weren't introduced to the universe through the eyes of Master Chief. You were introduced through these tertiary characters who had to live
Yeah.
under
Yeah.
the thrall of the Spartans, not knowing what was going on in the galaxy or whatever,
I
right?
mean, adapting one media to another is always going to be a risk, and it's always
Mm,
going to annoy fans of the original. I mean, that's how it's been with books becoming things, movies becoming television shows. I mean,
nope.
now you won't realize this right now because it's considered an all-time classic, but there were many people who didn't like the tone of the MASH TV show when it first came out because
Oh,
they felt it didn't match the movie well enough.
I see.
And I mean, those ideas were, are something you don't you can look up as a historical thing because the
Mm,
show went on to go even beyond the impact of the movie.
right.
But like there's always going to be that, and it's one of those things where time will tell if it had, if it was the right call. We got an interesting question just posted right now from Vincent. The real question is, will there be a Mario game based on the movie in the near future? And that's why we haven't seen a new game from the Odyssey team?
That's a great question, honestly.
That is a really good question. I don't know. The Mario games take so long to do that, like, it could be that, but it could also be that they're waiting to make a launch title for the Switch 2, which is a whole different line of speculation. Or,
yeah,
like there, but that is I mean, anything like that is a possibility, and I think that's a really interesting question.
No, that's
okay.
fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, please go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking how Odyssey probably lent itself the most to being like a story based Mario game.
I mean, it's one that had a voiced theme song. You know what I mean? And so, and the different worlds, the kind of realistic world. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like setting up for a movie right there.
And they touch on all this history, like
exactly.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Okay, so other series based off video games lately, and we've had a lot, like, and of high budget. So sure. I'm thinking, well, have you watched any of the? I watched Castlevania.
I haven't seen Castlevania yet.
It's now. Castlevania is a series that I mainly played during the NES era, and of course I delved into some of the later ones a bit, but like I'm not completely up to snuff with all the lore that's going on with the series, but the Castlevania series was entertaining as a series, having, without bringing anything like that in. And I don't know how much are wink nods to the fans or anything like that. I mean, it's obviously but I feel like they got the mood right. I feel like I don't know. I enjoyed it as a series. Have you been seeing any of the video game adaptations? You watched Witcher, right?
Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's absolutely well. So The Witcher, though, is a video game based on books.
That's true.
So they can go back to the books for the source, but I did watch.
That's true. That's true.
I feel like that's fair though. I watched the 2 seasons that are out. And I guess Henry Cavill is like, who's a big nerd, played the games. I never played the games. Myself, like I was like playing Dragon Age and whatnot at the time, so I was like, I'm good, fam. But I might have appreciated the series more because I know nothing about the lore. But I enjoyed, like, from a story perspective, what they set up and the things that they did, and I thought the world was very interesting. So like I didn't have the context to be happy or mad or feel anything about the way they presented their story. Say Halo, where I've played the games but don't know anything about the extended lore that goes with it, and then got dunked. I can tell you how people felt when they saw Attack of the Clones, and that threw out the extended universe of Star Wars in one fell swoop. So and so it's hard to get invested in media, like knowing it's secondary to the whims of the big budget stuff.
Wait, Attack of the Clones wiped out? Wouldn't Phantom Menace?
Phantom Menace did a lot too.
Oh, okay.
Like specifically how the Death Star came to be.
Oh, okay.
Is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I know people were very, very upset because people had very much invested into the universe of some of the novels, especially, which is the one that the N64 game was, Shadows of the Empire and things like that. They people had, and a lot of people just hoped that they took that expanded universe and brought it back to the movies, which is something that Doctor Who occasionally does.
Yeah, good for them too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's very subtle, and
Mm.
it's like it's not something where, but like they refer to some of the book only companions and things like that. It's like
Mm-hmm.
just passing references, but like it's just like we're not going to delve into it. We're not going to bring it back because so few readers have, but like it doesn't hurt us at all to name drop and to make it feel like that universe is valid. And I always thought that was
Right.
nice how they did it. Yeah.
Right. Speaking of Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker's last episode is airing today as we record this, or aired
Oh.
today already. And two companions make a return, one of whom I think you really like.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I like a lot of companions. So,
Okay. All
but
right.
is it
It's Tegan and come
is
on,
it gonna
say it.
be is it gonna be Ace?
It's Ace.
It's Ace. Oh my goodness. Do you know I was a member of the Sophie Aldred Appreciation Society?
I guess.
Uh, um,
So, haven't gotten to
all
watch
right.
it yet, but I'm very excited. Uh, so yeah, we'll probably save that for another podcast. But you just reminded me,
I,
so
I want to say one thing.
yeah.
A lot of our connections in life were based off the Anime Appreciation Society,
Ah,
and
yes.
the Anime Appreciation Society was completely ripped off for the name of the Sophie Aldred Appreciation Society.
That's that's okay.
Because I don't know of many other things that have appreciation societies, like, so it's definitely directly from there. Anyway, let's get
The acronym was also AAS, which we had no end of fun with. So I'll just put that out there.
okay. Anyway, um, um, although you know what, I got to get caught up on my Doctor Who. I wonder if the Japanese ones have the newest seasons. Okay, well, anyway, that's
Right.
for another podcast.
That sure is. Is it though? Because we're kind of like doing a crossover right now, I guess.
I feel like we could put this one on both feeds and not and like
Honestly,
not be wrong
that's not a
about it.
bad
Yeah,
idea. Yeah,
yeah,
okay. I'm gonna do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's going
yeah,
on both.
yeah.
Um yeah, so yeah,
Two
I haven't
boobs talk about
unfortunately.
video games. Yeah,
They
yeah.
sure do. Uh oops, I have the wrong sheet open. That's my all right. There's a Cuphead TV show apparently.
Yes, yes,
All right.
yes.
Yeah,
Now
that's the Cuphead show it's called.
I've watched a little of it, and it's nice. I mean, one of the things that I really appreciated about the games is they really went for the hand drawn look, like and they hand drew a lot of this
Right.
stuff, and
Right.
it was amazing, but like intensely expensive, intensely time consuming. So the TV series itself does as good as you can to emulate that, which with obviously modern animation techniques.
Hmm.
And in that way, it doesn't. It's a fine kids cartoon, but it doesn't look like a 1930s cartoon. You know,
Sure.
it like,
Sure.
but I mean, but my kids watch it. I haven't watched much. I've popped in. The one that I did watch quite a bit is the one based off the Double Fine Studios game Costume Quest.
Yeah, I didn't play Costume Quest. I don't even know what this is.
Costume Quest would be a fun one for you to play with your kids at Halloween.
Oh,
Actually,
well
it's
that's
cheap.
right around
It's
the corner.
super cheap. It's on a lot of. I don't know if I think only the second one came to Switch. I'm not sure if the first one did, but like it's one of those games that's always on sale on Steam. You could probably pick it up
Mm,
for a couple of bucks,
hmm.
and it is a turn-based trick or treat 'em up.
What does that even
Like it's
mean?
it's it's an RPG. It definitely has kind of like almost a bit of a Gravity Falls vibe. Like you you dress up in like Abe Lincoln or something, and then you gain those abilities as attacks and things like that. And like it's just about going around getting candy. And of course, that's just how it sets up. It turns out that there's something more going on. But yeah, it's a fun little game that I didn't think was popular enough to warrant a cartoon, but the cartoon was very entertaining. I think it only got one season. It's on Amazon.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed it. It was fun. It added a ton of lore to the series and expanded, and it's very interesting. It's I feel like it was trying to be Gravity Falls and not quite getting there, but with the mystery and everything like that. But that doesn't mean it's bad. Like it my kids watched it through a couple times, I think.
Okay.
I would say try a couple episodes, and if you like it, continue, because it's not a long series.
If it's on Amazon, then I absolutely can do that.
Yeah, yeah. And if your kids are into it, play the game with them, because the game's super fun. I would call it double fun.
God,
it's more than fine. Okay.
That reminds me that I need to play. Double Fine Adventure again. What's the name of that game? Broken Age.
Broken Age.
I have the Switch version that I bought for limited run games. I don't even know how long ago now. I'm sure it was like during the pandemic and the height of it rather. And I haven't even opened it yet.
I also have an unopened copy, but like I don't know. Like I thing is around the same time that I bought that, it got ported to Apple TV, which we've always got hooked up, and you can use the remote to play it, and that's a fine way. That's a double fine way of playing the game. And so my kids and I were playing through it like that, and I don't know why we stopped. We were really, really enjoying it. It's a great game. Although they found they enjoyed the space part of it, but the opening scene where the girl is going to be eaten by the monster, they found a bit creepy, and I think we turned it off at that point and never really got back into it. But they're older now.
Sure.
So I might reinvestigate that.
Yeah, that whole thing is kind of a bummer, but you just let them know that nothing happens to the girls.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I know. But I don't. Then that removes any dramatic tension. So
I suppose. I may also, I haven't decided yet, even though it's been years now. I'm not sure if part 1 is a better game than part 2.
Ooh.
We'll say that for another episode.
Yes.
I got a different game to talk about during Pile of Shame Future Retro.
So we've also got another series coming out, highly anticipated. Also a little bit that people are wondering if it's going to do justice, because unlike a lot of these other properties, which are based mainly on action or games that don't have much of a plot themselves and require a lot of world building, or based off a book series, which in the case of Witcher, we're talking about one that is an intensely cinematic game that does have its own lore and its own, cutscenes that are of cinematic quality. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I was gonna say a joke title here.
But I couldn't
think of one fast enough. But yeah, The Last of Us. I'm sure you're talking about on HBO Max, which
That's right.
having played both games and highly anticipating myself. So
do you what do you think? Do you think the show's going to do it justice?
I don't know how they could screw it up, to be perfectly honest. But I am a little worried because while there are great characters, there are great character moments. The portions between those moments are Joel sneaking around for 2 hours, murdering everybody inside of an abandoned building. So you need to do something else for a little while. I'm just saying.
Do we know the scope that they're going to take the show? Like, is the first season covering like the first game, or like?
I don't know. I don't know what to expect really. That I guess that would be what I would expect.
Yeah,
But I could also see them wanting to make it take longer. Kind of like American Gods, where they took a novel and made it. Was it 3 seasons they got, or was it just the two?
they never finished the novel, so
Right, they
it's
never
three
finished it.
seasons. 3 seasons,
Yeah,
and they got about 2/3 done with the novel. They
yep.
probably could, if they got a fourth season, they probably could have wrapped up the novel. Thing is, they opened up so many new strings that like
Hmm.
it's it's just unfortunate. They Yeah, that
So there's
show. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. There's a lot that they could explore
sure,
that we only hear about, like the characters discussing. They may
sure,
actually decide to show some of that stuff,
okay,
and that's where I would go first to start filling those holes, which would be filled with gameplay,
yeah,
otherwise, because they'll move through their quests too fast. Like they got to make it on foot from Boston to Montana, I think.
yeah,
So, for those who don't know, The Last of Us is like it's a fast zombie video game, basically.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
this contagion is a bit different. It's like a fungus that infects people, and there's a girl, Ellie, who appears to be immune. So like any good RPG for this isn't this wasn't an RPG, but like
yeah.
any good RPG, our reluctant hero is tasked with delivering somebody uh, to this deal of like earth shattering import, basically.
Sure.
And along the way, she softens his heart and
Yeah,
helps him love
yeah,
again, and
yeah,
he's basically adopts her like a surrogate daughter.
yeah.
And the reasons why that makes sense and why it's a little screwed up are explored in like the prologue of the video game. So again, that's something that they could spend a lot of time on in like the first
That's true.
episode.
That's
But I don't
true.
think that they're gonna. I think they're gonna try
Yeah,
and get right to it, or they could jump right into it and only like feed it in during
and
the course
then
of the series, which makes a little more sense.
yeah. So it'll be interesting, but like I think they're putting the budget behind it.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be pretty good. And if it's not, they can remake it next year.
Uh,
Thank you, thank you.
yeah. I don't want to get a PS5 just to play The Last of Us Part 1, which is a game
Yeah.
that I already have in a remastered version on the PS4.
Yes,
But
but
definitely
you don't
compared
have.
to
But yeah, you don't have remastered though.
it looks real good, and I'm actually excited that it seems like they're going to incorporate the Left Behind DLC into the main story, from what I can tell from the trailers and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
They're going to make it one seamless experience. I'm assuming they can. It might screw things up narratively. I'm not sure. I also assume we're going to see the same thing in the TV show. So that's more
Yeah,
stuff they
yeah,
can put in there
yeah.
that would help pad it out and make it a fuller story.
Okay. I have a quick question, and we'll
Sure.
throw it to you and to the whoever's online right now, and for those listening to the podcast right now, hit us up in the comments or on the Discord, because I'd like to talk about this a little bit more. What video game franchise do you feel would make a fantastic television series or movie, I suppose,
Mm.
that like hasn't been done already, or has been done already but has been done very poorly? Okay, I'll let you think about it, but I got one.
All right. What is it?
Mist. No. Here, I know. You almost never see a character in Myst, but hear me out. Hear me out. So guy wakes up. So scene one, guy wakes up on Mist Island. He he's looking around. We go through the classic locations, but when he finds the books and things like that, that like opens up to watching our cinematic thing play out of the different lores of the different and then it just so the whole Mist Island is just a framing device for all of these stories with new characters. And now
Interesting.
I would totally watch that, because one thing I loved about playing Myst was reading those books or whatever and finding out
Yeah.
about all of the different, but all it was words and the occasional sketch, like so
Right.
those each could have been a movie, a lot of them, because they introduce new characters who you never see in the game or things like that. But and then just bring it back to a framing device. And then as the games get more, if the series makes it for more, series, then the games actually do get a little more cinematic themselves, and you could base it more off the game itself. But I don't know. I'd watch that. And
You
this
would
has
have to have
tons of lore. It has tons
It does.
of lore. They made the novels and everything. Yeah.
It does. And
Yeah.
it really does depend on how you present it. If it is like something like you have like the Crypt Keeper or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like as like the character who bridges everything, then that could work. I worry they'd have to try to make that character like interesting and compelling and have a backstory and all the things that the player insert characters don't have, like Mario.
Hey, we're in Myst. Pirate ship, here we come.
All right. I'm gonna mention something that does this well.
All right,
right?
go ahead.
And it's gonna relate to something that you're gonna talk about later.
Yeah.
But my kids have been reading this Minecraft book called The Island by Max Brooks, and how do you write a book about Minecraft and make it about characters and stuff? Well, Max Brooks found a way.
Okay.
And especially with a character who has like no like real firm memory of who or what they were before they came to this island, like it's all in the person's head basically, or it's like a journal version of what they went through. So a book's different than a TV show. They have to like talk about these things and feel things and whatnot. But like there are ways to create that character, and still explain everything that's going on, and then make it compelling. But then the mystery of who they are and why they're there doesn't need to be answered, because it doesn't really matter, right? But people are going to be like, who are they?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just a cab driver in New York.
Yeah.
I'm a plumber. It's fine. Like, we don't really care about the Mario and Luigi Mario plumbing business. We don't actually. It doesn't matter.
It mattered to me. It mattered to me. Well, I mean, they made a Minecraft TV series.
Did they?
Minecraft Story Mode, yeah. Which was based off a Telltale point and click 'em up. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Netflix. You can probably watch it right now. But that brings me to another point. Do you want to go right into a pile of retro? Pile of retro. Pile of shame, future retro. Oh my goodness.
Pile of retro, future shame.
Future shame. All right, we're gonna do that.
Shame I feel now.
Yeah. Like, I bought this. How am I gonna feel about it?
Probably terrible.
No, it's actually,
all right.
okay.
Let's just do it. Let's just go right into it.
All right, because there's a good segue here, which I kind of blew. My pile of shame right now is Minecraft.
Which
in any
like which platform?
Which anything really. Like it's a game that like is one of the like the best selling video games of all time, one of the most important, influential. It's even in Smash for people. I mean, like, it's reached that point, and I've never played it, at least not to any level where I think I had one of the PC versions as a demo or something
Okay.
that just was pre-installed with Windows, and I went around and I punched some trees, and that's about as far as I got. And then I bought a version for Vita because it was super cheap. It was like $3, and so I picked that up and I turned it on, and then I'm like, do I really want to start this on the it's like so I just got Minecraft for the Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
I haven't played it yet, but what I'm thinking is, like, right now my son is he likes video games, but not as much as he likes Legos. Oh, sorry. Lego. It shouldn't be pluralized. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, I work with a lot. I work with a lot of British people, and they would not let that one go.
On the other hand, they say maths.
They do say maths. Yeah. Just pick what you pluralize, but whatever. They also say aluminium. Anyway.
There's only one I in aluminum.
How many aluminium Lego are on the floor? Use your maths.
Right. Miles, I'm so sorry.
Sorry. Yes, Miles. Yes. Sorry. We should get things cleared through our British representatives before we go into this.
Right.
We'll just file that into the future shame.
right into the memory hole.
Woo! Anyway, so, but I just think, like, with his interests, this might be a game he's super interested in. Like,
yes,
he has a Minecraft T-shirt that he picked up just because it looks like Legos. You know what I mean? Like, so, but and Minecraft is so intensely popular in Japan. I also feel that, like, just like me when I was young, I had trouble socializing with other kids until we found, like, video games were kind of like a connecting point that I met my people. Do you know what I mean? And so if Minecraft is so popular that it is mainstream, and, like, it might be nice if my son, got into it. Again, I don't know about... You've played Minecraft, right, Sean? You've got...
Yeah. Santa got it for our kids.
Oh, wonderful.
Year, and they really wanted me to play with them, so I did.
Okay.
I started my own world and everything, and I've been trying to make this dwarven hall ever since, which I showed on Pile of Shame one time.
Yeah. So now the game itself, can it just be making stuff? Or because I know there's enemies and things but, like, my son probably just wants to build. Is that an option in the game?
Yeah, there's like a survival mode,
okay,
and there's like a creative mode.
Okay, so he can just make stuff and interact with. Okay.
Like, if you want, you can populate your creative mode world with as many enemies or not enemies as you want, but they won't attack you because it's creative. And in creative mode, you can kind of, like, just kind of pick yourself up and fly around as you need to, so you're not constrained by the physics of the world.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Yep.
And do you think a 6-year-old can figure it out, or
Absolutely,
is it gonna?
Because I have a 7-year-old who loves it. So yeah.
Okay, great.
And he was 6 at the time. 5.
So
6.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on how that goes. But, like, I just feel like, for a lot of the big trends in gaming, I have been able to follow them at least a little bit. You know what I mean? Or have been exposed to, at least. I've played Fortnite, didn't care for it, but I played it. I understand it. Splatoon, I'm into Splatoon 3 right now. It's great. But Minecraft is just like a blind spot in my gaming existence. So anyway, that's my future retro, and we'll see how that goes.
Sweet.
How about you?
Mine's a future retro.
Okay.
And, well, it's kind of both. It's also a pile of shame because I got.
Mine is a pile of shame. Oh, it's a pile of retro. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's both because it's still a contemporary game, right?
True.
Right.
True.
And
True.
it, and it,
Yeah.
and it's got a retro
Yeah.
style to it, like
Yeah. With a
on
retro
purpose.
twist.
My
Yeah.
my kids my
Yeah.
kids are even asking like, why does everything look so blocky and weird? It's like, boys, it's supposed to be look like an 8-bit game. That's the
Yeah.
whole point. Yeah. So I picked up this game on PS4, sight unseen, just based on an email I got from Limited Run Games. I
Ooh.
saw Black Clouds, a game made by, I gotta read the back of this thing, Ghost Dog Films and Wales Interactive in 2021.
Is that an FMV game?
It is an FMV game. It is an interactive movie through and through.
Huh.
So I feel like it's appropriate given our topic today.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I couldn't find a lot of information on it, and the people who played it didn't seem to care for it a lot of the time. So I figured I
Hmm.
wanted to be a semi-positive voice in that space. So I did. I was hoping to do a whole playthrough on the Pile of Shame live video I did last week, but we didn't quite make it. So I think like one playthrough, if you like watch all the cutscenes and like consider your decisions and stuff, could take 2 hours. But this is definitely a game you want to play over and over again because it's like a choose your own adventure book, right? Like
Okay.
the story can change depending on what major decisions you make at certain specific points.
Oh, they made Late Shift. Okay.
Did they?
Oh no no. Yeah. Wait. Yes. Yeah. They made Late Shift.
What's Late Shift?
It's
I
another
want to look it
FMV
up.
game. So sorry about that. I feel like I've heard that company name before, but I think that's the only one that I'm familiar with. Oh, they
High
made all kinds of
stakes
stuff.
FMV thriller. Interesting.
Don't Knock Twice. I've heard of that one as well. They made
Okay.
Typo Man?
I've stumbled upon something apparently.
Have you ever played Typo Man?
No, I need to look into
They
more of
released
these
Typo
games.
Man on the Switch? Okay, I played that on the Wii U back. It kind of.
All right.
You should look into it. You should look into it.
What is Typo Man? I gotta.
Typo Man is like a platformer where you interact with words and it's hard to describe.
Everything's on Steam. Of course it is.
Of course, everything's on Steam.
Ah, my goodness. Right. So like the copy of this game is on PS4 physical as you can see.
Okay.
I mean
They
but
made a Switch version too,
did they?
but not physically though. Not physically.
Not physically. Yeah. I mean it's impossible to save hard drive space these days because everything gets installed
Yeah.
anyway. But this is like a 18 or 19 gigabyte
Yeah.
game too. It
Yeah.
is not small.
That's probably why it's not on cassette for Switch, because they would have had to go to the really expensive one.
Right. But for games like this, like the cinematography and like the acting have to be very good, or it's just going to be kind of hokey. Like I'm thinking like Scottie Pippen Slam City. On the other hand, it's like it's on like so bad it's good spectrum, so it just comes right back around. But this game, I feel is like threads the needle
Yeah.
of that. The acting's pretty good.
Yeah.
I have some nitpicks about the cinematography. Small, not
Okay.
important. And then like from like a technical execution, like some of the transitions could be smoother.
Yeah.
And some of the dialogue, like you can tell that there's other ways to get to it because of the way the character responds, but you didn't say that thing in that moment. Like
Yeah.
they didn't like do every little subtle variation of everything that could possibly have happened. They just got
Yeah.
most of it. But it's one of those things too where it's not clear at first which decisions impact the story. So, but it does give you a kind of handy guide on the screen. I don't think there's a picture anywhere, and there's no booklet. If you hit the pause button at a particular point, it'll give you a stat sheet on like your character's like different levels, like their honesty, their trustworthiness, or whatever.
Wow.
There's a couple of smaller ones with their relationship with two of the main characters in the story, and then there's like these story based ones about or like their guilt, their acceptance, and their Denial.
Oh, that's interesting.
And those three are the ones that drive which direction the story goes. The other ones are just kind of filler and fluff, but it could guide you to like give you an idea of like what impact your decisions have, because you can like make one and then like
Yeah,
immediately go
yeah,
see, all right, did this go up or down, like what changed when I did that. But even like from like a gut level, I feel like it does a
yeah,
really good job of giving you options and being like, oh, if I make that decision, then I'm behaving this way as a character. Like if you're like role playing it, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like I'm trying to go for like this feel. And that's interesting because I played it through one time, like
Yeah.
just doing the way that I thought felt the
Sure,
best. Then
sure.
I got the ending I got, and there's multiple endings,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, I'm going to play it differently. And then I got a completely different game. It felt like,
Wow.
yeah, because there was a character in my first playthrough I didn't even meet.
Yeah.
That was on that statistics sheet.
Sure, sure.
Or sorry, no, I take it back. I did meet them, but on my second playthrough, they didn't even appear.
Yeah.
But it also followed a different story thread that didn't get fleshed out the first time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So so I think I've gone through it enough. I got all the achievements or whatever. What do they call on PS4 trophies? I ended up getting
Trophies.
all the trophies for it. I followed a guide to get them because I could only find two of the
Yeah.
four endings. And so I got the best, most synthesized version of the two
Okay.
main story thrusts. I don't know how I feel about it still. Like, could it have been better? I don't know. Maybe.
We are on the third golden age of FMV games right now.
Third, eh?
Yeah, the first one is when the Laserdisc format was made into
Sure.
interactive. You know, you've got your Dragon's Lair game, you've got your Mad Dog McCree, you've got things like that. Or maybe then the second golden age is when CD-ROM formats first happened, and then you've got like
Okay. That's the
your
second age.
you know,
Okay. Yeah.
you've got where they re-released all the Laserdisc games first of all
Right.
on that format, but then they made new ones. They made and you know, and you had all kinds of FMV games made for the consoles now too, and like
Right.
you know, a lot of 3DO things like Psychic Detective, and it took it to a new level because you had a little more interactivity now because the FMV could also be incorporated with, you know, some stat building and things like that.
Sure.
And now we're up to the third wave, I think, because for a long time the genre just disappeared. It just it you know, because everyone's like FMV games, they suck. And now we've got these companies coming in making new things. You know, we're getting re-releases of first and second wave games in now, you know, like Night Trap, Double Switch, you know,
Yeah.
things like that coming
Yeah.
back. And then we've got these new ones being made by Wales Interactive is making a bunch of them. The company that makes the game, what it was, She Sees Red or something like that. It's another one. You've got, and then Square Enix is thrown in with that as well. This is a
Oh.
game called The Centennial Case Shijima Story. And this is the physical because there was no physical released in the States, but it has full English on it.
Okay.
Go download the demo and see what you think, because it is a FMV detective story which involves watching these video clips and finding, like, it's almost plays a little bit like a Ace Attorney, because you're watching these clips and you're trying to find out where people are lying or where there's inconsistencies in the story, and it's a very interesting take on FMV. It's like a really it's you know, I'm not even going to say more because I'd like to talk about it sometime in the
Sure.
future. But
What's it called again?
I believe the U.S. title was just called The Centennial Case. And if you just look on the free demos on the Switch store, it'll come up fairly soon because it was released last year, so it's not.
All right. Yeah, I'll look that up for sure, because like one of the reasons that I was attracted to this
Yeah.
was from having played Night Trap, and I got the limited run games re-released for the Sega CD. Sorry, the
Sure.
Sega CD Mega Drive version, not Mega
Yeah.
Drive.
Yeah.
The Sega CD
Meg
32X version.
30. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Blech. But then I was playing Double Switch on my
Yeah.
Switch around the
Yep.
time, and like really getting into it, and like getting into the third act, and like how to play the game the best. And those are much more gamified FMV games, right? Like those, there's a story, but like you're most of the time doing button presses to do uh, gamey stuff. Whereas this is definitely like a specific story.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's rated mature, as it says. Like there's a friend of theirs who committed suicide, and they're trying to figure out why, and the
Yeah.
reasons for
Yeah.
as to why are different based on the different things that you do during the game. But also there's a twist. I'm not sure how I feel about the twist. But I mean, I like the characters. I liked what they did for the most part. The ideas are interesting, and I want to see if they have other games. I would love to see them.
There's a
So
lot actually,
okay,
which I just realized right now because there's a lot of games that they've made that are on my wish list right now on the Switch. But
okay,
I think that's one of the sad things though is that like when it's like an FMV game, it's like I don't want to pay $60 for it, and that's sad though because there's a ton of work that goes into these, but as you said, you can kind of get through them in a couple of hours. But it sounds like the one you have, and this one definitely. Just the demo took me a while.
right,
As you can see, I haven't opened this
yeah.
yet. But like I had enough fun with the demo that I went out and bought the game. So
Right.
um,
Well, this game you
yeah.
play a second time, and you can skip any cutscene you've seen before.
Okay, that speeds things up a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So apparently, Centennial Case only released back in May this year.
Oh,
So
wow,
like
that's
it's
pretty
really
new.
new. It's really
Okay.
new. So, but yeah, check that one out. And if you do find yourself needing a physical of it, I can hook you up
Mm.
with a Japanese one. But it's probably cheaper to just buy digitally.
This
So yeah.
this reminds me that there's nothing like the disappointment I felt in a game like Indigo Prophecy, aka Fahrenheit, for
Yep. Yep.
those
Yep. Yep. Yep.
in Europe, because I played the demo,
Yeah.
and the demo was all about like you've committed this murder
Yep.
under the influence, like it wasn't your fault really, and like you spend all this time trying to like cover up the evidence of what you've done, and like whether or not you do that successfully
Yeah.
allegedly changes the course of the game, except it doesn't. Like there's a very specific story that plays out, and like even that was the gamiest part of the game,
Yeah. Yeah.
if that makes sense. And then from there, it only gets stringier. um, and so by the end, the final battle is you're basically playing Simon against
Yeah. Yeah.
the game itself, and I'm just like I'm done. I never did. What was the follow up on PS? Was it PS3?
Yeah.
Heavy Rain.
Okay. Heavy Rain, I guess, was a follow up, but in between there, Quantic Dream made with Omicron with David Bowie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not play Heavy Rain, Satoshi. I feel like I should. Is there a PS4 version?
No, I don't think so.
Darn it. I don't want to get a PS3 just to play it.
Like, I mean, it's Oh, I was gonna say, why don't you get it on Steam or something? But I bet it wasn't. I bet it was. I
Sure.
think it was an exclusive. I think it was an
Probably would have
exclusive.
been.
Yeah.
It is on PS4.
Oh, it
he
is. Oh,
says.
it is on PS4.
All
Oh,
right, I'll give it a
great.
shot. I've spent most of the last 15 years or so angry at that game. I should probably just move on at this point.
I played through the demo of Heavy Rain, and I liked it enough that I bought the PS3 version, and then I never played it. I don't know why. It does FMV in a very. I mean, it's not an FMV game, but it feels like an FMV game because the amount of interactivity is kind of limited, and it's a lot of quick time events, but it's interesting. It's really interesting. Quantic Dream makes some very experimental kind of games, but yeah.
Right. So I guess the last thing I'll say is like if anyone wants to watch what we did play of this so far, I also explain at the points which major decisions make different branching paths, although I don't really explain what they are. And I'm sure I'll come back to it and finish the playthrough that we have currently, and then maybe I'll do a different one later. But
okay,
all right. Beyond Two Souls. Okay.
Yep. And they also made like Detroit and what other games? I don't remember. Quantic Dream. Yeah. Well, anyway, wow, this one went. I think this was a very interesting topic.
Oh, yeah.
We kind of took it all around. Games as movies and TV shows, and then movies and TV shows kind of as games in the whole FMV. But right. I would really like to revisit. I'd really like to revisit. Why don't you try the Centennial Case? And I see that there's a Switch version of the game you're talking about, so I might pick that up. So. Oops,
I meant to grab this one. This one right here. Yeah, yep. I'm always up for it. So I will give it a shot. Anything else that we're doing lately? I keep meaning to mention that. It's October, so we have to do our T-shirt design.
Yep.
For the Patreon people.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll get there. We're making videos too. I mean, I have videos I recorded in like November of last year. Now that my camera's back, I can finish them. I haven't done it yet though.
I was recording my kids' sports festival, and I found that I had footage for videos from about 3 years ago on the card. Yeah, so like it's like, is it salvageable at this point? Because if I finish making it, I look different now. It's like.
Yeah, I was going to ask if there were ones that we'd released yet or not. Oh boy.
Yeah, there's some.
Yeah, I had long hair in these videos, so it's a good thing I filmed them all already, or I'd just be done.
I mean, pre-pandemic, I was filming a lot, actually, and then it just kind of, I don't know, like, yeah. I know some people got a lot more involved in, like, production in their house during that, but I don't know. It's just,
right.
The world kind of shifted for a while, so just
not
regaining
all of
my
us,
feet. Yeah.
That's fair. Not all of us can be Bo Burnham, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
I guess I got to mention Sega Genesis Mini 2 comes out this Thursday. Woohoo! Did you pre-order?
I didn't even know that was happening.
It's got Sega CD games on it.
Oh no, that's too good.
Yeah, I didn't. I think I missed the boat. I was like, "Oh, this sounds like something I should pre-order," and then I didn't, and then I think I might have missed it. But like, if it's one of those that gets a second batch, I'll be in for that. I'm a sucker for
right.
I'm a sucker for micro consoles. I just am.
He did. All
right. Sucker.
Okay. So for those of you listening right now, we're gonna end the show, but we're not done because we're gonna do a Denchi Mail episode after this with this stream. I'm gonna cut this out of the audio version, so we're gonna end this episode and then just go into the next one.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So cool. This should make a nice companion piece to our video game movies and movie video games.
I think so.
Episodes, and then next time we'll have to do the ones about video game serials. I think so. Do you remember the theme song? Do you remember the commercials
for the video game serials?
The Nintendo one specifically.
Nintendo, it's for breakfast now. Nintendo, 2 cereals. Wow. Yes, I do.
So good.
The Nintendo cereal system. It had 2 pouches, Zelda cereal and Mario cereal. It was 2 cereals in one, which was brilliant because they had to put less cereal in the box because it was all packaging. It was a brilliant move.
And it was only mediocre to eat.
the cereal was made by Rasslon, which is a dog food company. I'm not making any of this up. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. I think with that then we should wrap her up. But we'll be back again before too long with more Famicom Dojo goodness.
Dojo,
Maybe we'll
Dojo.
talk about actual video games next time.
No, we did a little bit. All right.
Cool. So I guess then until next time, the dojo is...
Press A for it to be finished. Press B to see what's inside the box.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
No, you pressed A. It's done. It was a quick time event, and you were too slow.
Oh.
Gonna have to wait for a follow-up episode to see what's in the box. All right.
Oh God. All right, and that end scene.
Goodbye, everyone. I think that's the voice we need for the talking console when we get to GameCube.
Oh, you don't remember?
Maybe he's British. Maybe he's British.
We got to GameCube already.
Crikey, there's a lot of aluminium Lego.
Miles is going to murder us in our sleep. Yeah, I think it's worth mentioning because I like to mention every time that I possibly can. Our buddy Miles is half of a wonderful duo on the Nerd and Tie Network, which we're also a part of, in their Casual Trek series. Where they talk about all Star Trek all the time, except for those 2 times they haven't so far. Yeah. Or was it just the 1 time? I can't remember. It was 2 times.
I've never been able to get into casual Trek. I'm much more for monogamous, serious Trek.
Oh God! All right.
I'm old-fashioned. What can I say? I'm old-fashioned.
All right. So we're here allegedly to take your questions, dear audience.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Where was the starting point of the Denshi mail?
I don't know. Somewhere in there. I'll find it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
For those in the audio version, we just sort of rolled over from the main episode.
It's a mystery. Okay. Yes.
Oh God.
Can I do the rest of the episode in a British accent?
Oh, please do. I won't have it any other way. I mean, honestly, at this point.
Actually, no. I think we've alienated enough viewers. But I might slip into that. It just happens. I think it's because I have this Peppa Pig game sitting on my shelf. I think
I forgot to mention that it's Wales Interactive, so you would expect it to be British, but this is everyone here is very British, so wasn't expecting that. It was okay. I just didn't expect it, and I'm like, okay. This is where we are.
Yeah.
We are, well, actually, it was kind of neat because there are these like houses and stuff that are very, very obviously quite old. And so very charming. Anyway.
It was recorded on the Torchwood set. Yeah.
Probably. Hey, so now that Russell T Davies is back running the show, apparently people are asking him to bring back Torchwood.
Torchwood is both not as bad as people said it was and not as good as it could have been. I think that's my take on that. Like, I didn't think Torchwood Miracle Day was the worst thing ever on television, which is what some of the reviews said. But at the same time, Torchwood, I don't know if it ever really found what it was supposed to be, except for the 3rd series, what was Children of Earth.
Oh God.
But I'm like, wow, this is really well written, this is really well made. I never want to watch it again.
Same. I have not.
Like I watched it when it was new, and I've never watched it again because it's too much.
I wasn't even a parent then when it came out.
Yep.
And I definitely don't want to watch it now.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like that's where Torchwood peaked, I think. Like 1st series had no idea what it wanted to be. It's like, it's Doctor Who, but but there's sex
and a pterodactyl for some reason.
and a pterodactyl. Hi, I'm Gwen. Okay. Sorry. I hate that I'm this way, but that's the show that I would turn the subtitles on when I was watching, because I'm like, what did she say?
To be fair, the Welsh accent is difficult.
It is a little bit difficult. It is a little bit. And to Welsh people, you are lovely. We love, and don't change a thing. Don't change a thing. And I'm sure people are like, they're like, yeah, Mr. Wisconsin here is talking about accents, you know. So yeah.
Is William the new Prince of Wales now? Is that how that works?
Sorry, so one more time.
Is William the new Prince of Wales now?
Oh,
now that his father's the king.
Oh, I'm losing you. Okay. I think we're back. Yes. Hello. No. Hi. Welcome to Denchi Mail.
I'm just gonna drop that because I don't need to talk about the monarchy anymore. I already mentioned Catherine of Aragon last episode. Let's just leave it alone.
All right. Let's bring it in. You've got answers, we've got questions.
So, close enough. Here we got. Sorry. There it is.
Hey, Satoshi.
Let's go to the Discord. I don't know where people are they posting it in the Denchi Mail. Yep, there we are.
I saw a few things popping up. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the last time anyone posted here was in April. So
no, there were a couple coming up today.
Yeah. Well, we mentioned it.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, we mentioned that we were gonna do it. Psycho Lava says, with Bayonetta 3 around the corner, how will Vinnk play the game by himself in handheld mode with Bayonetta like her usual self, or in the docks mode on the TV with Bayonetta covered up with the kids watching? Oh God.
You know, I was trying to think of that. Now, I pre-ordered Bayonetta 3 because I'm a big fan of the series, and I'm a big fan of getting those giant boxes, because that's one of the highest rated videos I ever made was unboxing Bayonetta. Something I did in like 10 minutes. I feel bad because it's like some of these videos I put literally months of work into, and then like, I got Bayonetta, let's open it. Ooh, it's neat.
This day, people still watch that, and everyone just wanted to watch Vinnk put his fingers in Bayonetta's box, I guess.
Hi, everybody. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, probably Bayonetta will be played either handheld mode or on Mondays when my kids aren't home. But the thing is, I'm distancing myself from the earlier parts of this conversation. Goodbye. The thing is, my kids used to, when I played a video game that wasn't bright and colorful, that they didn't care about, they would just go away, because they weren't interested in it. But like right now, my kids are very interested in what I'm playing, and I can't play Xenoblade 3 unless my daughter's home, because she doesn't want to miss any of the story. She's very invested. We were playing Xenoblade 3 the other day, and she is literally like tears running down her eyes, crying because of an event that's happening in the game. And I'm like, wow, okay. that's a really powerful reaction, and shows the good narrative in that series.
Right.
By the way, everyone plays Xeno 3. This is the most I've played a game in a very long time. I'm almost 60 hours into it right now, and I don't normally, have time for games like this. But I make a special exception for Xenoblade games. But yeah, Bayonetta 3, I'll play it shamefully in the corner, or in the living room, contained within a cardboard box.
What's Dad doing in the box? Never mind.
Oh, just let him. He's worked hard today. All right. Good question.
All right.
Well,
Kanach's,
what do you do? You play a lot of M-rated games. How do you play them?
uh, I played them. Yeah, same. Like when the kids are in bed or just when they're not here.
Yeah, yeah,
So like I gotta if it's like a work from home day, that might be my lunch hour. If my wife leaves me, which she usually does during the day these days because the kids aren't
yeah.
home, um, or uh, yeah, those are pretty much my only two times.
Okay.
So, but I've been playing few less of them honestly. Like, uh, Halo was originally rated mature, right? But like the latest version's rated teen, and they're playing that. Um,
Never really should have been mature, I don't think. But
I think that's true. Yeah. Yeah. So I just need to play more games, I guess. But I'm not going to get through my pile of shame before it's too late.
yeah.
All right, Kanaj has got one here. What are some of your go-to horror or spooky games for Halloween? Oh,
Fatal Frame series.
hmm.
But like it's almost too spooky for me these days. You know,
Oh
like
no.
because if I'm playing with headphones at night in the dark when everyone else is sleeping, but like in general, I like that series. I'm excited for the new one coming out. Do I have physical of whichever ones I could. Don't really play many other horror series, I suppose. I don't like I Fatal Frame has jump scares, yeah, and I don't I'm not a fan of jump scares in general, but it does it really well because it's also got the really kind of creepy atmosphere. But like I don't know. Everyone tells me I should get into Five Nights at Freddy's because I'm a huge fan of audio animatronics in general. Like
Yeah.
you know, I'm really
Yeah.
I was a Showbiz Pizza kid or whatever, Rockafire Explosion, things like that. But I don't. But I just the idea of a game pretty much only based on jump scares never appealed to me. The
Mm-hmm.
lore appeals to me though.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know. Maybe I'll pick one of them up because they usually go on sale around Halloween. How
Okay.
about you, Sean? You got some scary games you play?
Yeah, I still really enjoy Eternal Darkness.
Such a
Um,
good game.
Such a good game, and I think the last time I played it through was maybe 10 years ago, which was still
Oh
like
yeah.
10, 11 years after it came out.
Yeah, yeah,
And 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 even at that time, like during like the almost into the PS4 era,
yeah.
it felt like it held up. Like
Oh yeah.
it already had like pretty good uh, high resolution graphics for as high resolution as you could get with like a
Yeah,
480i
yeah,
console. Um, but the frame rate was also pretty fast. I don't know how they managed that,
yeah.
but it and it's replayable because there's three different ways you can do it, and like the strength
Yep.
of the enemies is based on like which of the three uh,
Green, red, or blue?
things. Right,
Whatever.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like one's strength, so that they're really
Yep.
tough to beat. Blue was, oh shoot, I forgot what stat that was, but like green is sanity,
Sanity. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like you play with the monsters that drain your sanity fast.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Ah,
It
that's where
got.
this
It got.
game
Okay.
shines.
I bought this game used. Okay. I bought this game used from a game store because I was a college student. I didn't have a lot of money, and I got it, and it wasn't like even in its original case. It was like in a DVD case or whatever. So when the thing told me insert disc 2, I'm like, I need to go back to RSC Video Game Star right now and demand my second. You know, I was almost on the phone with them, and then it ended. And I'm like, oh, they got me. They totally got me.
Yep.
For anyone who doesn't realize, the game messes with the player as well
Mm-hmm.
when the sanity thing. There's another one where it says like deleting your game save file or something like
Yep.
that. And it's like, but what? Yeah, it says insert disc 2, and I'm like, I don't have disc 2. I bought it used. You know.
It's
So
so good, so good. And then that was the same outfit that made Twin Snakes, right? The Metal Gear
Twin
Solid
Snakes, Two Human,
remake.
Legacy of Kain. Apparently, it's near where Satoshi lives. Yeah,
Okay,
Silicon Knights. Well, they don't exist anymore, though.
they don't.
But
No,
yeah,
and I know the creator of Eternal Darkness tried to have a
it,
Kickstarter that went
yeah, yeah,
south.
yeah,
Don't really
yeah.
want to talk about it too much, but
No,
it sounds like the people who really made Eternal Darkness go wasn't that guy.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. But yeah, the thing is, Nintendo does keep renewing its trademark on Eternal Darkness, and who knows, maybe you know they could put Monolith on it or something. Like not maybe not as writers, but they could stylistically do something. I don't know,
right.
or maybe it exists as just one game that was just a fantastic game. It doesn't need a remake
Yeah, it
or
does. I don't
or
think it does.
sequel.
I think that's true. Maybe a little glow up would be helpful because it's a very good game that people should play. But apart from that,
Yeah.
yeah, no. Although this does remind me that we had that wonderful Halloween podcast we did with Galleon and
Oh
Syndra
yeah,
all those
yeah.
years ago,
Oh,
and we're
that
like, we
was
should do this
fun.
again, and
We
we
should
didn't.
do that again. Yeah, of
We
course.
should do it again. We
I
should. I'm
know.
sure they both be down for it.
Oh, definitely. But anyway, I think that's what I got to say about scary games for now. Let's move on to
Um,
the next.
you can maybe see behind me on the shelf. I'm kind of pointing to it.
Yeah.
There are some Halloween or like scary Famicom games that someone gave us a while ago that I haven't played yet,
Okay.
and I feel bad about. In fact, I almost bought them at Midwest Gaming Classic a few years back. It's like, oh, those look good, and I realized, oh, I have them already. Someone sent them to me. So, whoops. We'll have to get around
Yep.
to that. And I guess speaking of getting
Scariest
around,
game ever. Scariest game ever. The original Castlevania when those things jump out of the water.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
yeah. Speaking of games we haven't gotten around to yet, Daniel H
Yeah.
wants to know if we, after we had first talked about Silent Hill, if we ever got around to playing it since then.
Nah.
No, and in fact, I'm feeling pretty bad about that. I'm feeling worse now that you mentioned that we had
Yeah.
Rob Matsushita on the podcast in 2014. He's like,
Yep.
"Hey, you guys should play The Walking Dead. Sean, play The Walking Dead, Telltale game, and tell me about it when you're done." And that was 8 years ago.
In my defense, I bought it.
I did. I also did buy it, and I started to play it.
I didn't get that far.
Yeah, and this is back when we were all on the little podcast network, and Rob was doing his 10 minutes about your favorite movie
Oh, it was a great
podcast.
podcast. That was such a good podcast.
Now he's over on TikTok reviewing the likes of V, and was it Buck Rogers? What else is he doing?
Yeah, Buck Rogers and yeah, just a bunch of stuff like was it Flash Gordon? I don't know. It's like
Gordon.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, yep, working on it, Rob. Sorry, buddy.
Okay. All right. Okay. And if Daniel H, if you are here or you're listening to this later, tell me where I should start at this point because there's so many. There's so many.
We should.
And like
yeah.
Shattered Memories for the Wii always looked like something I really wanted to play, but apparently it's gotten expensive, so I don't know. So anyway, let me know where I should start, and maybe we'll take it from there. Okay. Next.
Yeah. That's all I got in the
Oh.
Discord. We got anything in our chatty chat? Oh, Satoshi says Eternal Darkness was developed nearby in St. Catharines.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got a nice scratchy noise when you touch your beard. It's
I
think
so sorry.
I think the ASMR people are gonna be like, "Wow, this is great."
No, I've noticed that when editing the show too, and
Yeah.
I even consciously was like, I should not do that this time, and I failed. Yeah. All right. Good
All
times.
right.
Cool. I guess if we got nothing else.
Okay. Well, let's open the floor real quick to anybody who has a question. Oh, I hope if either of you ever do play any Silent Hill game, you let me know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll put it in the Discord because it feels like something we would want to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of Silent Hill. I mean, I'm familiar with the series. I've watched retrospectives and stuff, so like I know, but like I don't know. I don't know. The
There's
original
got to
four
be
have
some
gotten
way to
pretty
play them,
pricey.
right?
One
I
would
mean,
think, well, like if Sony would care at all about allowing the old PlayStation 1 and 2 games to be played on a modern console. I know they're doing it a little now with their subscription service or whatever, but like, you know, as much as I get down on Nintendo for having like the Nintendo Vault where games disappear for a while, I think it's a lot easier to play early Nintendo games than it is to play early Sony games. So, yeah. Oh, Satoshi, thank you for coming today. I know you've had a really, really, really hard couple of days, and it's going to continue to be really hard. But you know, we care a lot about you, and thanks for coming in. And yeah, glad we could make you laugh today. I know it's been rough, but just hang in there, hang in there.
yeah.
Yeah, we should probably end on a song.
Okay. What did you have in mind?
Well, I was thinking the Nintendo Serial System song would be pretty good. Or how about Bill and Ted?
Bill and Ted's
Ted,
Excellent
excellent.
Adventures.
Nope,
It's a
nope, nope,
party, that's
nope.
for sure. What?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Cereal.
Oh God.
Yes, that's what it was called. That's what it's called. Or how about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? It's for breakfast now. Teenage Mutant.
That's not
Oh wait,
real. Come
oh, wait,
on.
oh that's not. No, but okay. The series is basically just the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cereal was basically just rebranded Chex,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
they
I
called them
remember it.
Crunchy Ninja Nets, and I'm like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. That's when I think of Ninja Turtles, I think of all the nets
I remember that cereal now. Oh God.
with Crunchy Ninja Nets and Ninja Marshmallows.
There was some like write-in thing, like UPC thing, where you were
Yep,
supposed to
yep,
like collect
yep,
a whole bunch of stuff and like just tell them what you wanted. I never
yep.
got anything.
Yeah, I never did that.
I
I've
absolutely
had a
did it.
request for the cartridge cleaning song. This is the cartridge cleaning song. I haven't done it for very long. I don't know if I remember. I think this is the song from Blackadder, but this is the cartridge cleaning song. I haven't. You know what? That brings up a thing, though. I haven't done a live stream in a while. I brought it back
Yeah.
for a little. I brought it back for a little bit, and then it's just work. Work just leaves me like when I'm done with the week. Like it's hard enough to do this. You know what I mean? And like, and I have, you know, and this is during the day when I don't have anything. But I'd like to again. I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. But it's just one of those things that after a long day of work, it's hard to get like set up. Really, maybe if I just
Right.
leave, you know, you've got that nice setup. You're ready to go, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
It's just always
you
here.
can just. Right now, this room is in shambles though because I got my store got featured by John Riggs in one of his videos and sales have gone up a lot and which is great but like it's left me very busy and it's left everything kind of a mess so
Right. And like a big reason I haven't been doing like the pre-recorded videos and stuff that we have planned has just been so flippin' busy. Like my kids are all in
yeah
Cub Scouts now, and I'm
oh yeah
helping out with that.
Scouting.
Soccer season's
Scouting. Oh
finally
my
over.
goodness. Yeah.
Just all kinds of things. I've been playing like music too, and that's not like a lot of my time, but like it's three or four weekends out of the year where I'm off somewhere I wouldn't be normally. So it's just
we've got I got my middle daughter's in Cub, and my oldest daughter is, and they still call it Boy Scouts in Japan, even though it's been co-ed since 1995.
Yeah, they were the first ones to go co-ed.
Yeah, but they still call it Boy Scouts. But
that's hilarious. Well,
whatever.
Scouts BSA in America now, which just means
exactly
Scouts, Boy Scouts of America.
You know, my kids, I subscribe to Scouts Life, which used to be Boys Life magazine for them, and they're really enjoying it. They're really enjoying it.
Yeah,
it's crazy that a physical magazine still exists, but yeah,
right.
But anyway, we might be getting a little off track. But what I am saying is I do hope to get back into the live streaming a little bit, and I've enjoyed the bits of your live streams I've been able to pop into, Sean, but they are almost exclusively when I'm at work.
I know. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
And there's something that's lost by watching a archived version of it. You know what I mean? But like,
sure.
But usually, just so you can get your hit count up or whatever, when one goes up, I'll open it up in a window at work, but I cannot interact with it in any way.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We've been playing Chrono Trigger for a while now, and no one's sick of it yet, as far as I can tell. So
it's a great game.
Keep doing it. Well, it's my excuse to finally finish it after 3 false starts. So
yeah.
Although this last episode, I went into a cave and it was totally black and it's not supposed to be. I figured out like in a few minutes live on the stream that it was due to my patch, and loaded a different patch, and my save state still worked, fortunately. So
that's good. That's good. That is really good. Okay, well, anyway, probably we should wrap up right now. Thank you everyone for popping in tonight. Appreciate it a lot.
Right on. And we'll see you next time. We'll probably do.
You are absolute legends.
We gotta bring those guys back.
Yeah, I know.
Should I make a joke about not wanting to pay their voice acting license fees?
Dear.
Safra, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not. Probably in bad taste. Anyway.
Enjoy me now! Next time you see me, I'll be voiced by Chris Pratt!
Oh, God.
Doing a British accent.
No, I think Chrono Trigger.
Oh.
All right. Next time you see us, we'll probably doing the other podcast. Don't know.
Sure. I mean,
we'll figure it out.
It's getting more nebulous. Yeah, this one's going up on. Yeah. All right. Anyway, see you guys later.
All righty. Oh, I got to do the actual ending thing. Hold on.
Okay.
Here it goes.
Famicom Dojo.
I thought we were done. Okay.